I'll tell you one damn thing right now, you ain't never partied until you wake up in a woodshed with a Wicca welfare witch in West by God, Virginia in winter wearing nothing but your wiener and a Winston Cup windbreaker from way back when. If you had, your mama be disappointed and your daddy be rolling around on the mantle next to the community college acceptance letter and above the gas logs that never got hooked up. I woke up, thought I had the damn pink eye. I was laying there next to the devil with the yellow eye. Turns out I just had a half a Q-tip with some meth bubbles scraping residue on the end of it stuck in the corner of my eye right there by the Jesus cross. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Hell, I was still covering coal dust from what I thought was the work shift the day before. And I could tell by the way the sun looked that the day that I was in probably ended in Y, so I probably need to be underground the next 4 to 6 hours. I started to come to and I rolled around there and I peeled myself up off the floor and I heard some demons screaming in the living room what I thought was a trailer. It turned out to be welded together trailer maze, a bunch of storage containers stole from scrapyard. I looked across the room, I was scared out, you know what I was around, what kind of people I was around. I looked across the room and I seen some broken meth bubbles and a pile of beer cans in a little studio closet / bedroom. They had the bathroom blanket that was acting as a studio door. When I seen that, I knew I could probably find somebody I fucked with on the same brain frequency. I'd be able to get out of there. And if it wasn't for old panty snatcher, I probably wouldn't ever been able to make like a meth head and get up and get gone. I didn't know what to do first of all, so I started trying to wake that old girl up. I didn't know who she was. I see she had a tattoo on her right shoulder, and it said, I thought it said Hannah, but it said Lamont. I said, Hannah, wake up, the cops is coming, the cops is coming. She looked up and looked at me right in the eye and said, Hannah, wake up, the cops is coming, the cops is coming. She just kept screaming, the cops is coming, the cops is coming. I said, I know. She looked at me and said, Lamont's gonna fuck your ass up. I said, Lamont, hell, we in the trashy remake of Saw, honey. You gonna have to get up and help me get the fuck on out of here, because I'm gonna sacrifice you if you're a bitch. I got the baby mama blues. I will smoke your ass like a cigarette. One cheap wild horse, motherfuckers. But anytime you wake up in one of them damn trap trailers, like I said, you gotta peel yourself up off the floor or whatever leather couch you're stuck to. You gotta get your balance. I stand there for a second, kind of try to focus on whatever ain't falling apart the most. You try to center on. You can kind of lean back and forth, kind of, figure out what kind of drug you've been on. I was trying to get my shit together and, just trying to breathe and collect myself like sports cars. I didn't want to get ahead of myself because, if you wake up and freak out because you've been partying, doing a bunch of shit you ain't supposed to be doing, you wake up and you pass out, you gotta wake up and deal fight all over again. And everybody I damn know's been done woke up in Bunchtown, Slabtown, Bondtown, Riverview, Fox Meadows apartments. Y'all know that's where all the bad shit goes down. That's why we want to hang out down there. I walked outside and there was a bunch of brothers. I could tell they was all brothers because there was only one girl there and they was all looking at each other mad like they was all wasn't supposed to be staring at her, but they was all looking at her ass. But they was carrying engines around and shit, wearing no shirts, different shoes and shit, and they was putting wheels on a popcorn machine. And what's fucked up about being a small town, a lot of people don't understand is if you in a small town, you work and got a good job like a railroad or coal mines, driving a truck, the first thing trashy people do when they make eye contact with you is they run up and say, you work in the coal mines? That's what this old boy did. He run right and he looked right up my nostrils. He said, you work in the mines? Yeah, as of now, I do. I said, did you get me in a job in the mines? If you got about 6 years of experience, they'll replace me with you here in about 4 hours if you can beat me there. He said, no, fuck that. I can't pass the drug